In today's extremely complex operating environment, our adversaries have not only gained access to a wider and more sophisticated aerial arsenal, but they have shown a willingness to use it to achieve their tactical through strategic objectives. This presents an enormous challenge for our Army and its air defense artillery force, and requires that we fully integrate our AMD capabilities in order to increase the operational effectiveness of the platforms we deploy. Essential to our success in meeting this requirement is the development of a net-centric common mission command capability that gives our commanders the ability to employ their ADA assets as modular, mission-tailorable force packages in support of unified land operations. The centerpiece of this capability is the IAMD Battle Command System, which will extend across all ADA echelons and provide air and missile defense forces the ability to rapidly and effectively integrate engagement operations and force operations. It will give our decision makers the tools they need to see more, understand better, and act faster, enabling them to more effectively manage the enormous complexities of today's aerial fight. For the first time, our commanders will have the flexibility to organize sensors and shooters in a manner that delivers the right capability from an air and missile defense perspective to the right place at the right time.
A close ally of the United States has been threatened by a bordering country that desires to be a leading power in the area. The threatening country is known to possess unmanned aerial vehicles, ballistic missiles, and cruise missiles. At the request of our ally, the U.S. is exercising a series of flexible deterrent operations. The Coalition Combatant Commander tasked his Army Air and Missile Defense Command to develop plans for the defense of the Capitol Building, National Airport, and National Intelligence Center. After planning, using enhanced collaborative and distributed mission tools provided as an integral part of the IBCS, 2nd Army Air and Missile Defense Command, or AAMDC, formed a MET-TC-based AMD task force designated Task Force 343, consisting of 3 battery teams. The first element of the task force to deploy was the battalion headquarters with IBCS Engagement Operations Centers, or EOCs. Sensors and launchers were also deployed to defend the Capitol and the National Airport. The radars and launchers are equipped with interface kits to enable the plug-and-fight capability that automatically integrates them on an integrated fire control net with the EOCs. State-of-the-art distributed processing and exchange of all sensor measurements ensures that the most accurate and timely air picture is available at all nodes, providing greater situational awareness, more time for better decisions, and support for advanced fire control capabilities, such as engage-on-net data and beyond line-of-sight engagements. Using the unprecedented capability provided by the IBCS Engagement Operations Centers, the battalion headquarters is able to perform sensor and launcher fire control while executing the battalion headquarters functions. The battalion EOC integrates the task force with the joint air and missile defense elements for exchange of air picture, command, and status to support one joint fight. 16 days after initial deployment, Bravo Battery arrives in-country with its battery EOC and additional radars and launchers to strengthen the current defense and to provide defense for the National Intelligence Center. According to plan collaboratively developed between the battalion and the CONUS-based AAMDC, responsibility for defense of the airport was seamlessly transferred to Bravo Battery, and primary control of the netted radar and launchers at the airport was reassigned from the battalion to the battery. The battalion headquarters assumed direct primary control of the radars and weapons at the intelligence center. While primary control is normally assigned to a specific EOC, any EOC can communicate with and immediately control any of the battalion sensors and launchers, thereby providing a high degree of flexibility and resiliency with no single points of failure. 45 days after initial deployment, Charlie Battery 343 arrived in-country with a battery IBCS and additional sensors and weapons to strengthen the defense of the National Intelligence Center. The AAMDC Forward, equipped with 3 IBCS EOCs, also arrived in country and deployed with the Joint Force Air Component Command headquarters. 52 days after initial deployment, hostilities escalate, and the Capitol building is attacked with tactical ballistic missiles. The 343 Engagement Operations Crew responds.
Fire control, hostile TBM, track Delta 6235 has entered our airspace.
Roger, weapons control, develop weapon target pairing for TBM engagement of track Delta 6235, plan on ripple fire. IDO, confirm hostile target.
Fire control, track Delta 6235 is confirmed as hostile.
Fire control, best PK for track Delta 6235 is radar Bravo 343 with launcher Alpha 22.
Weapons control, weapons release authorized, engage now, ripple fire.
Roger, missiles away, stand by for assessment.
We are developing the IAMD Battle Command System to seamlessly integrate current and future air defense artillery sensors and weapons with a common mission command system. We have brought together developers experienced in the full range of air defense artillery components and systems, and teamed those developers with our lower-tier cruise missile defense systems, counter-rocket artillery and mortar, and integrated air and missile defense project offices to establish a first-of-its-kind, fully integrated team effort to develop this capability. The IAMD Project Office, serving as the system integrator for the IAMD effort, is responsible for delivering this unprecedented capability to our soldiers. IBCS production has commenced in Huntsville, Alabama, where the IBCS electronics are integrated into the command post platform rigid-walled shelter linked to a 5-ton family of medium tactical vehicles, prime mover. This facility operation recognized rollout of the first IBCS prototype on August 11, 2010.
The delivery today of the first integrated battle command system prototype is another milestone. 7 months. That's unheard of. It's rare that we actually have something move that quickly, less than 4 years, to have a prototype in the hands.
Fielding the IAMD Battle Command System remains our #1 priority. It is a game changer that will serve as the backbone of our air and missile defense forces for decades to come, fundamentally changing how we fight and ensuring our success within the context of an ever-changing global strategic environment.
Integrated air and missile defense. Any sensor, any shooter, integrated all the time.